Maria and João had just moved into their charming new home in a quaint Brazilian town. The house was everything they had dreamed of: cozy rooms, a beautiful garden, and a spacious kitchen where Maria could indulge in her love for cooking. It was perfect for the couple, who were deeply in love and eager to start their life together. On their first night, they decided to celebrate with a romantic dinner. João opened a bottle of wine while Maria prepared a traditional Brazilian meal. As she cooked, Maria felt an odd chill in the kitchen. She brushed it off, thinking it was just the excitement of the new house. The evening was perfect, filled with laughter and love. But as they cleaned up, Maria noticed something strange. The kitchen window, which she was sure she had closed, was slightly ajar. A gust of cold wind swept through, sending a shiver down her spine. "Did you open the window?" she asked João. "No, I thought you did," he replied, a puzzled look on his face. They shrugged it off, attributing it to their forgetfulness amidst the excitement. But that night, as they lay in bed, the temperature in the house dropped drastically. They pulled the blankets tighter, trying to ignore the growing sense of unease. Over the next few days, Maria continued to feel uneasy in the kitchen. She often heard faint whispers and footsteps, even when she was alone. João tried to reassure her, but he too began to notice strange occurrences. Objects would move on their own, lights would flicker, and the once warm and inviting kitchen now felt menacing. One night, while preparing dinner, Maria heard a loud crash. She turned to see a jar of spices shattered on the floor, its contents scattered. She hadn't touched it. Terrified, she called João, who hurried in to see the mess. "We need to do something about this," João said, concern etched on his face. "Maybe we should call a priest." Reluctantly, Maria agreed. The next day, they invited Father Carlos, the local priest, to bless their home. Father Carlos performed the ritual, sprinkling holy water and reciting prayers. As he blessed the kitchen, he paused, a troubled expression crossing his face. "This house has a dark past," he said. "There are restless spirits here." Father Carlos explained that the previous owners had suffered a tragedy. The wife, a talented cook, had died mysteriously in the kitchen. Her husband, devastated, had sold the house and moved away. The townspeople whispered that her spirit still lingered, trapped in the place where she had met her untimely end. Determined to uncover the truth, Maria and João delved into the history of their home. They discovered that the wife, Ana, had been deeply unhappy. Her husband was abusive, and she had planned to leave him. The night she died, she was cooking her last meal, hoping to escape after dinner. But she never got the chance. As they learned more, the activity in the kitchen grew more intense. One evening, while Maria was alone, the temperature plummeted. She saw her breath misting in the air. Suddenly, the lights went out, plunging her into darkness. She fumbled for her phone, but it was dead. In the pitch black, she heard the whispers again, clearer this time. They were pleading, desperate. "Help me, please." Terrified, Maria felt a cold hand brush against her arm. She screamed and ran to the living room, where João found her moments later, shaking and pale. "We need to leave," she cried. "This place isn't safe." João held her close, his mind racing. He didn't want to abandon their dream home, but Maria's terror was palpable. He knew they couldn't stay unless they found a way to put Anna's spirit to rest. They decided to contact a medium, Dona Rosa, known for her ability to communicate with the dead. Dona Rosa arrived, her presence calming and reassuring. She conducted a séance in the kitchen, calling out to Anna's spirit. The air grew colder, and a faint outline of a woman appeared. Anna's sorrowful eyes locked onto Maria's. Through Dona Rosa, Anna told her story. She hadn't died by accident. Her husband had poisoned her when he discovered her plan to leave. Her spirit remained, trapped by the injustice of her death. "We need to help her find peace," Dona Rosa said. "We must confront her husband's spirit and make him confess." Maria and Joao were horrified but determined. That night, they held another seance, this time calling out to Anna's husband. The atmosphere grew heavy, and a dark presence filled the room. Dona Rosa demanded the truth, and slowly, the ghostly figure of Anna's husband appeared, his face twisted with anger and guilt. "You cannot hide from your sins," Dona Rosa intoned. "Confess and release Anna's spirit." With a guttural scream, the figure admitted his crime. As he spoke, the kitchen seemed to tremble. Shadows swirled, and the temperature dropped even further. Finally, with a cry of anguish, he vanished, the malevolent energy dissipating. Anna's spirit, now freed from her tormentor, smiled at Maria. "Thank you," she whispered, her form fading into the light. From that night on, the kitchen returned to its warm, inviting state. The whispers ceased, and the cold spots disappeared. Maria and Joao felt a profound sense of relief and peace. They honored Anna's memory by placing a small memorial in the garden, ensuring her story would not be forgotten. Their love grew stronger, having faced the darkness together and emerged victorious. In the end, their romantic home was truly theirs, a place where love and light overcame the shadows of the past. But they would always remember the lessons learned and the spirits they had set free in the kitchen.